Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hope everyone's all right. You all right, James?
Good. I'm very good, thank you.
Lovely.
My name's Nick Hill, and this is Lainey, and we're doing Saturday Lives randomly.
Well, the internet's big enough for everyone, I think. That's all right. I'm not hurt.
Do they know?
Do they know who we are?
To know who we are. Do they know that we've nearly been doing this for 12 months?
I know, it's nearly a year. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
Flat Eric just appearing out my head.
Yeah. See, look, James keeps picking up the flat Erics. He's doing well. He's doing well. Looking very professional in the background there, James.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got a clothes rail behind me now.
Oh, look at that. It's all about the money. It's all about the money, the production.
Consistency, listing, getting that value on. Just turned my store over £7,000 worth of value today.
Nice.
And then next week, and maybe the week after, by the end of this month, I want to get it to 8,000 and keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
Very nice. Very nice.
You know what? One day I'll be able to afford this energy bill since it's gone up.
All right, let's see who's in. So we've got Richard Secret Carper was in at 6:10.
But is he in now?
Well done.
Or is he?
I don't know if he's in or whether he's with Mr. Hills. We've got Santa in.
Hi, Santa. Good to see you. Now Santa's definitely with us because Santa's
always with us.
Hero.
He's the Saturday Night Live Santa. We've got Victoria Foley in. How you doing, Victoria? We've got Krista in. Have a great show, guys. I'm afraid I won't be able to watch. Going to an Easter egg hunt with the grandkids. We'll watch replay. Have a lovely time.
Fantastic. Have a brilliant time.
My mum's in. Hello, Mum. We've got Tam and Bell in. How you doing, Tam and Bell?
Yes.
We've got Endless Treasure in. How you doing? I think Endless Treasure is Joseph. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Joseph. We've got Wasim in. How you doing, Wasim?
And a technical drink out.
Yeah, it's Joseph. Joseph's doing all right. I think he's a good reseller. We've got Wasim in.
Wasim received
some good
his shorts today from me.
Did he? Nice. He's had some good sales. We got Michael in. How you doing? Evening all. Nick is live too. How dare he?
Thank you.
It's fine. We've got Don in.
He doesn't mean that. Richard doesn't mean that one bit. He's absolutely livid. He's like, come on.
I haven't got a nasty bone in my body.
There's not a lot of us UK resellers that are on YouTube. I just feel a little bit of courtesy. Just a little bit of courtesy.
There's not a lot of YouTubers on, is there? We got Rachel in. How you doing, Rachel? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm sure Endless Treasure is Joseph. Everyone, how's everyone's weekend going? How's your weekend, James?
Good, yeah. We did a egg hunt this morning.
I saw the video. It was very good.
And so that's been done early because we're going to go and do some selling at the boot sale tomorrow.
Nice.
I can hear myself.
Nice. Can you? I can't hear.
Yeah, I can hear myself through your speakers.
Mine's the same setup as it always is. I don't know how you can hear yourself. I've got cancelling on. Is it to do with your earphones?
No, I'm hearing it on your end.
Oh yeah,
I'm hearing it through your speakers.
The thing is, if I turn it down, because I'm using it's just the speakers in the laptop. Speak now.
Hello.
Or forever hold your peace.
I can just hear myself.
That's really quiet. Can you still hear yourself?
Yeah.
See, I can't. This is the same setup. My mic's far away from the laptop.
Have we got cancellation on?
I've got the cancellation on. I checked.
Just was so good. Don't worry about it. I'll be able to cope with it, I'm sure. I've heard myself a million times.
Yeah, echo cancellations on, and yeah, I don't know.
If I go out and come back in, I wonder if that.
I don't know if that. But
I bet.
We got Becky in. How you doing, Becky? Good to see you.
John's just saying Nick doesn't have these issues.
We got Jess in. Evening, Jess.
Evening, Jess.
LDG. Good afternoon. Well, it's evening here, LDG, but good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Dixon Siler saying Nick who?
Niku, yeah.
We got Joan in. How you doing, Joan?
How are you doing, Joan?
I did a video this week on June Whitfield's grave. I've been watching another guy, and I don't know.
You stood on it? Were you stood on it filming?
No, I wasn't stood on it. I was stood by it. Yeah, what an emotional thing going up there, because I didn't realise she was so close, and I saw his video and I thought I'm going to go up there, and lucky enough I took some flowers. I think it's really sad that someone that was so big in the country, even in the world, I'm sure other countries used to watch like the Carry-Ons and the Bless This House and all the other things, and it's so sad. It was just so nice to go up there and actually put some flowers down, you know. It was really sad to go up there and see like it hadn't really been tended to and all that. But you know, I might make a point of going up there once every few weeks and just check on it, because
I thought it was quite nice how you obviously took something that's special to you and they were together for a while. I thought it was really quite a moving video, to be fair.
Yeah, and I sort of, you know, some people will probably think it's weird. Oh, he left a call sheet on her grave and walked away and left them alone. But like, to me, you know, they could have been close to each other when they was doing the filming. You know, she might have been stood next to John Clive, whose call sheet it was. I'm just going to bring someone else in while I'm continuing to talk and go through the chat.
Who?
It's Mr. Dave, ABL.
Yeah!
Evening, boys.
How you doing, mate? How you doing?
No, before we go any further, I received an update on my phone today.
Oh, yeah.
And it was regarding shoes. And apparently there's a new guy in town who is the main man in the UK at selling Timberlands. And I don't know who it is. I have no idea who this person could be.
I can't guess.
But Dave might know him, and I'm looking forward to hearing a story about the Timberlands.
All right, let me just finish this one. So yeah, so if you haven't seen the video of me visiting June Whitfield's grave, you know, it's not morbid. I say it was done with total love and respect. You know what I'm like with films and TV and props and sets and anything to do with it. And I say I've got to carry on a broad script, so I took that with me, and I took some flowers and left her some flowers, and it was really nice to be able to do that, actually. So I said good evening to Judith. We've got Lee in. How you doing, Lee? I think I said hello to Becky. Oh, look, my daughter's in. Hello, Jade.
Hi, Jade.
My eldest. Good girl. Just have a look.
Thinking about
you. We got
Thinking
Mr. Brumming.
Yeah.
What are you robbing a bank?
not one of them moments again.
Are you robbing a bank?
Yeah.
Probably.
This is I was blind buying.
John said move the show to Sunday at 7:30.
I can't see you.
Oh yeah,
Rohan. Oh, look. James Rohan reselling.
Is that a shirt or a jacket?
Evening all. Left Nick's live to join you boys. Nice one, James.
Which one is it? Is it the desert one? Which one? Have a look on the tag. Have a look on the tag on the inside. It's on the bottom. No, the others like on the bottom. Yeah, then the white one. It'll tell you that's the name of it on the white label.
Close you off when you can hear yourself back.
So put that in your title, and when you're doing your search, that's what you search it on.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.
It's all right. I don't sell much, Rohan. You know.
No, he never. It comes across it very rarely.
Very rarely.
Becky saying it was a hard choice tonight. So many people streaming. There's no hard choice about it.
So many people.
Yeah, Dave's in.
There's only one place to be on the Saturday night. Everybody knows that. Who's anybody?
Exactly.
Well, there you go. See.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Down the pub.
And on that note, I'll see you in 10 minutes, Dave. Let's go.
Later.
Yeah, I've got all the main. I've got all my supplies here. I'm being good. I've got a brew.
Oh, brew! Jesus.
I've allowed myself one glass of wine.
Thanks, Becky.
I'll make sure it's a bloody big one.
That's a good one. That
cream egg, standard.
Oh, we like it. We like it.
Crunchy.
Richard, do you have plans to get another unit? Do you have plans to get another unit? You look like you have a huge amount of stock and a lot of value too, but looks difficult to grab sold items. I'm not getting another unit. What I'm doing is thinning down what I've got and going to get rid of the stuff that's stuck or is very, very low value. I'll try and bundle it up first and put it on Facebook. If it doesn't go on there, I'll donate it to charity shops, because it's time to just up the game a little bit and try and get the good stuff out, and then proceed with higher value stuff with better profits. We got Sean in. Good evening, Sean. Oh, Amanda's selling at Ford boot sale tomorrow. I was thinking about going to Ford tomorrow, so I might pop along.
That's changed.
What's that?
I'm going to go to Ford in the morning. Was your 12 o'clock message? Now you're going. I'm thinking of going there.
No. Well, no, I will go. Don't pull me up in front of everyone.
Literally, I hear it all day. Every day is the same.
Amanda, no, I've been busy today, but I've had a bad back this week. Yeah, my video where I started clearing out the storage here and that, which is probably the one that you're talking about, is the one that's done my back in. I've trapped a nerve or so, or jolted something. We got so Amanda's saying she's bought 2 ladies' Rohan shirts this week.
Nice. I just got a text message from one of my charity shops, and she said, "I've got 5 Rohan items put aside for you." And I'm
nice.
On Tuesday.
Nice.
I love it when you've got contacts.
Evening, Sarah.
I don't want to swear in your presence, James, but I don't think much of them. And I would have walked straight past it if it wasn't for you.
Dave, I agree. I agree with you completely. I don't wear it, but the what it has for it is it. If you look into it, it's one of the only shirts that does sun protection. All their shirts are pretty much sun protection, like factor 40. And also, like, its sell-through rate is like, look at the sell-through rate and look on sold. It's immense. It's like, and for us, it's quite good, because in the Lake District, in just above Windermere, is it not Bowness? It's the other end direction, as if you're heading out of it. But there's a massive Rohan store there, so that's why we get it, because we've got one of the biggest Rohan stores, which is obviously in the lake, so it comes down. But yeah, I don't think much of it, but I do think much of it when you pay £3-4 and it constantly sells at 20-25 within a month.
Definitely.
It doesn't matter if you don't like it or not, does it? As long as it flips. I mean, there's not massive margin in it, but it's solid. Another one was Fit Flops. Fit Flop shoes are just ugly. They look like, I was going to be really politically incorrect then. They look like just not nice shoes.
Yeah.
They sell hand over fist.
Yeah, definitely. I got some strap sandals last year, and people were like selling them at the boot sale for like £2-3, and this guy had like, I don't know, maybe like 20 of them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I said, "How much do you want for them all?" And he said, "I'll do them all for 15." And I was selling them all at £35 a pop last year.
Nice.
And it goes just going ding, ding, ding every 3 days. We're just going. And if you can get a good sandal that's got straps on it and everything, just think some people do like sandals. So if it's almost like a walking sandal, or it's ideal as an example if you're bodyboarding and you want to put something on after getting out, or it's just an ideal. It's got multi-purpose, if that obviously makes sense. So yeah, sandals.
I'll tell you what, Keen sandals. Keen sandals are a good one to pick up.
Keen.
K-E-E-N. I used to sell them. I used to work for a big New Zealand company. We used to sell them. Very, very expensive sandal shoes, and you'll see them everywhere. I always see them about. I haven't picked any up for ages, but like, you do see them around. They're called Keen. They're a bit like we used to sell them, and we used to sell the Vibram, like the 5-fingered running shoes and stuff like that.
I think that's the brand I was selling.
Yeah, we were the brand. Yeah, we were importing them.
Surely, because they don't do them with 6 toes.
You'll be happy to hear. You'll be happy to hear, Dave. It's toe friendly. So that's probably why they probably sell hand over foot. But yeah,
Sean saying, for God's sake, Rich, never get another unit. Not sure we can talk. We can take the leaving video, make for a second time. You're already on Graves videos. Oh, it's a nice video. Hello, Mandy. You good? We're all right. We're all right.
So Dave, I want to ask a question. Obviously, I asked it earlier about this Timberlands, mate. What a stack! What a stack!
Mate.
Tell us, are they boots? Are they trainers? What are they? Suede?
There's
Solids?
one pair of trainers and 4 pairs of boots, all waterproof. Like
Hi, Bell.
Formal upstairs now. These are the higher end Timberlands as well. So I paid £105.
Good evening, Vidal.
All 5 pairs. They're all absolutely kosher. Check out. And I think the trainers are the lowest value at about 40 quid. But the boots range from 60 to 90 quid a pair.
What do you pay per item on that?
It works out at £21 each.
That's cracking.
Yeah.
That's a
Good
no-brainer.
evening, Zoppa Honda. Or Zopa Honda.
I don't know if you saw the picture. With those boots, I got 4 sets of Bauer knee and wrist pads. And I think I paid £8 for all 4 sets. And they're 20 quid a set all day.
Nice.
Long. So and that was the second boot sale I did today, and they were all from the same trader. The rest of the boot sale was just dog shit.
Yeah, and it happens.
Yeah, but that one trader just turned it all around.
But well, this is something that I think I learned last year, and I kind of it's definitely the biggest one of the lessons I learned from last year's boot sales and going to so many. Last year, I remember going to them type of traders, and you pick up stuff, and then you go, right, I'll see you on the next lap. And I did this on this guy's stall, and I in long and short of it, I bought some Emperor Armani, whatever it is. I bought some Armani sandals. I bought some Doc Martin flip flops. I showed you them, Richard, didn't I? Sold them for 65 quid. 65 for a pair of flip flops. So made in England flip flops, Doc Martin. I got some the people who do the pocket knife. I did because I guess this because of Tam's video. He said, "Oh, I bought a laptop bag," and I went, "That's what you bought," and I was right. I bought that, and I bought some other bits, and it was all high end, but I didn't do it in one go, and it was, and I kind of stepped away from last season's boot sale season. I just thought when you're on a good stall and it's good quality, take that time. There's no rush because you could be hitting the jackpot stalls, and it's for me, it's all about just taking that time and maximizing it, especially if you can, because to be fair, the guy did us a good deal on everything. He knocked a couple of quid off everything, but just bundling it all together and just say, look, I've seen a couple of items. You're right if I just put them here and I just make a bundle, and almost like I just think, you're not guaranteed to see that stock again on a second time round. So just strike whilst the iron's hot. And I just think, but sometimes in your head, obviously, you've got an idea of what you're after, and you don't necessarily want to buy all them. But if it's good quality and if it's a good brand, then you shouldn't really be second guessing yourself.
No.
And
Santa said he loves the golden duck idea, Dave.
Yeah, that only just come to me as an afterthought because I think there's a fair chance that, just to bring everybody up to speed, if obviously I'm not assuming everybody watches my crap.
I'm sure they do.
I'm doing
5,230.
I'm doing a giveaway. I announced it on today's video, so I'm giving away a Dymo thermal label printer.
Yeah,
that's hard to say. And it's being decided by Duck Race because Duck Race is always very popular, of course. Doing that on Wednesday night. But it occurred to me that you're only allowed 100 slots for the free version of Duck Race.
Yeah.
And I've no idea. I mean, the video's taken off, obviously. That was going to be a given when you're giving something away for free, always does well. But if the announcement I made a bit after, it was an afterthought, was if all these 100 places aren't filled by the people in the comments on that video, then I'm going to put 2 golden ducks in the race. If either of those ducks win, I'm going to donate £100 to charity and then rerun the race for another 2 minutes to decide the winner of the printer.
Nice. I just thought another way of winning it when you said golden duck, by the way, Dave. And this is your idea, by the way, Dave. Buy a golden duck, okay, and this could be your gimmick on your videos, okay. And I'm saying it now, and this is for you and you only. If anyone else nicks it,
don't tell him because we could have done it.
No, I'm letting Dave do it because if this becomes Dave's gimmick and he becomes successful, I know that Dave will treat me to beers all day long. So I'm happy for this. So I've got this idea for you, Dave. Buy a golden duck, a physical golden duck, get one made or whatever. And when you're doing your boot sale videos at the end of the month, when you post it, take it with you to the boot sale, pre-set it up on a boot sale store, tell the person what you're doing, and then just walk past it. And what people have to do is it's the first to comment the timestamp of when they see the golden duck on the video.
That's a great idea.
And then that means they have to watch all the video very, very carefully because they might just miss it. It might just be on a box. It might just be floating on top of inside a shoebox when you open it. But have it so that's in there.
I was going to do that on this video, obviously, because the idea is that people watch the whole video. Because I mean that's the take back from it. But I was going to do, like movie titles just hidden, like DVD or something like that.
Just put, thanks for the idea,
Told you, didn't I? Told you.
Yeah, always going to happen. That's already done now. That's done.
If Brum does it, I'll be buzzing. I'll be buzzing because that's another pint I'll get. So I'm happy.
Another bit of frurch.
I only know for definite that 2 people have watched the video till the very end, because 2 people now need eye bleach. If you've watched the video to the very end, you'll know why.
Oh,
that's very good.
Good time to get selling eye bleach.
Seconds of the video.
Oh dear. I think my medication is wearing off, as Golden Duck sounds rather rude to my ears.
No, it doesn't to me. They say it doesn't to me. I don't. Golden. Oh, now I kind of get it. Now I do it. Now I said it a lot of times. Yeah. I get it.
Golden Duck.
I'm going for a quick Golden Duck.
Put the pipe down, Sean. Put the pipe.
Mandy's saying Brums will be a golden chicken.
Yeah, chicken pot.
Yeah.
Chicken pot, golden chicken pot. Evening to our Santa. Yeah, if you haven't checked out the Carolina Claus, go and check him out. He is amazing.
It was tangible on Christmas.
Did you both see my annual lights getting turned on last night in the garden?
Yes. Oh, it did look nice.
Look good.
Did look nice.
Yeah, you have to watch that on Instagram. I think it's still up there. If you quickly watch my Instagram story, you'll see.
Yeah, not now.
No, now. Do it now because it'll delete.
Not now.
Go and watch my annual lights turn on. I was so worried, right, because I hadn't turned them on way before December, and I was like, "Oh my lord, have they been trashed?" And then I was like, "Yes!" I was like so happy that they all turned
looking
on.
Looking good in the garden of your house. It was looking lovely, mate. Looking lovely. So has anybody had any good pickups or sales this week?
There's only one. I only seen one light. Oh, there you go. Oh, that was worth it. That was awesome.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh, he's watching it.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Sorry, Rich.
And by the way, Dave,
crack on. I mean, you lot
that's
crack on.
where you will be coming.
You sit there and go on Instagram. Nick Hills are live. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. I've only been putting everything into this for you. Don't worry about me, mate.
There we go.
Don't put him up there. Get out.
Here we are. We're here all week. We're here all week. Put the banner on. There you go. New banner's on. There we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I've made a rod for my own back, and I.
Decent sales. Yeah, this week has been pretty good actually. Well, it started off as a bit of a damp squib because last weekend I picked up 3 Sonos speakers. I love Sonos speakers.
Yeah, they're good money.
Yeah,
Mandy.
Everyone's watching bloody Instagram now.
Blackpool ain't got now on me, honestly. Everyone, literally, all I heard outside the window, someone went, "Blooming hell, he's got money, putting that much electric on."
You should have started this. All right, I'm taking it from your house.
I plug it into next door neighbours.
Yeah, exactly. Found a vintage Apple laptop for 20 quid with Apple printer, perfectly working. Should be 300 quid. Nice.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 Sonos speakers didn't work.
Didn't work?
No, didn't work.
Can you not fix them?
It's not worth my while. Well, it's just the time thing. I mean, you know me and time. I just don't like things that are going to take a lot of my time. And
you don't like things getting in the way of your drinking time.
There's probably somebody in the chat who could have fixed them for me as well, to be fair, and just profits or whatever. But that's the bad news. I still sent one of the broken ones to Germany and still made about a tenner on it or something like that.
Nice.
But the biggest sale of the week was probably the Sony.
I saw that. 4 hours of listing, wasn't it?
Yeah, really cool. I've done a few sales from the boot sales last week. from last week's boot sale. So I paid 40 quid for that, and when that went for 180.
That's good.
Wow,
decent one.
That's good. I had a pair of games that have been listed. Not been listed. This is back to when I was doing YouTube originally, and I bought some Sega Saturn games, and they've been sat on my shelf prior to like lockdown time, and I basically I wanted to be in a situation where I had the console to test if they were working. So I've kind of worked out where I want my business model to be now, and you can kind of see behind me. I'm kind of going live or die now towards clothing.
It's the UK version of Daily Refinement.
We'll talk about Daily Refinement in a moment. We'll talk about Daily Refinement in a moment. We will
James is renaming his channel Daily Refinement UK.
Don't you start, right? We'll talk about that. We will talk about Daily Refinement in a moment because it is quite a big thing that's happened as far as like eBay and everything's concerned. Good
evening, Lee.
But yeah, so anyway, I listed these games and I was like 100% transparent. I was like untested, don't have the console, put it on the title and everything. And then someone messaged me saying, "Oh, will you take 60 quid?" I said, "I'll take 80 quid for them." I was just like, they've been shut on my shelf. Anyway, the best part was I relisted them, put them on at 80 quid, and someone else sniped them. And this person who messaged me didn't get them. so this poor person who wanted to buy them for 80 quid, I did all the effort for him, and then some other gamer
Someone else bought
them. So I was like, brilliant. So I sold these games for 80 quid, which they're probably worth clearly more money. But for me, I've got the money done and dusted, and it's like an easy sale, and I've reinvested it. But they've just been sat on the shelf for like over a year. It's
can't get emotional about them. Get them out of the door.
I don't know. I was just saying to myself, no longer am I going to have stuff sat around now. It's like if it's there, it's getting listed, and I'm just getting on with it now.
People
evening, Chris.
Think it's worth more than it is, but sometimes you just got to trade it through because it's at the end of the day that money could be used on something else that will flip faster for better profit.
Yeah, we've got Bungle's in the chat. Good evening, Bungle.
Evening, Chris.
How you doing, man?
Now, what I will say is, obviously, for those that have seen the news, may as well mention it because it's like big news this week. Daily Refinement has sadly been given a permanent ban towards, he couldn't prove, he didn't have his receipts or an agreement from manufacturers regarding kind of selling items, which obviously none of us really have, and it isn't like proof of like where he purchased it. He showed the bank statements. It just wasn't an agreement. And yeah, that was an absolute shocker. When Richard said, "Oh, Daily Refinement's done a video," and it says, "I've had my account banned," I said, my default, without being rude, I just went, "Oh," I said it'll just be a like a clickbait title, just to kind of explain to people how to get around it, what you should do. Never thought anything of it, and then yeah, absolutely like the guy. As far as I'm concerned, the guy's amazing at what he does. He's an incredible eBayer. And there's so much.
Well, he has a nice little turnover.
Knowledge. Oh, the guy's incredible at what he does, regardless if he has people working for him or not. Like that's his business. And
what's happened?
So basically, Daily Refinement earlier this week was contacted by eBay, and he's had a permanent ban on his account. And last year, I might be wrong about the figures, but I'm probably approximately around there. But he sold £250,000 worth of trainers. Basically a large amount of trainers, and some of these trainers were valued at like 20,000, 25 to 30,000, some lower value ones.
Yeah.
But he has a contact with a celebrity, so not necessarily Michael Jordan, but probably a well-known basketball player.
Yeah.
And basically Nike give promotional shoes and this, that, and the other. And basically he was selling them. And the long and short of it is that eBay have deemed that quite a high risk because where are they coming from? Even though they got sent into the authentication people, they have the numbers. So obviously clearly they're not stolen. They have the numbers, they've tracked them, they've done this, that, and the other. Yeah. But it's just, I think maybe potentially they're worried that Nike might come to them saying, why are you selling this high value, this, that, and the other? There's no physical agreement. I don't know the real reason why it's happened. And I don't think truly we know that because eBay are very vague. They kind of say this has happened because of this, that, and the other, but they never really tell us what it is that we've done wrong. And yeah, I don't believe they're stolen trainers, because the reason why I don't think that for a second is that you wouldn't be a YouTube. I don't think someone would be that stupid to basically broadcast that they do YouTube and then be that transparent about it.
Well,
he didn't have to
that many subscribers,
and I just think there's that many subscribers, there's that many people that can go in his store. People will potentially be able to kind of find them listings. They'll be able to track the numbers, because I'm sure when he took his shoes, all the numbers are there. I just think there was. I think he just he grew too fast, too quick, and it raised a lot of eyebrows.
I think that'd be like us sitting here with balaclavas and sawn off shotguns. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like,
and I think.
At the end of the day, if they were fake, then fair dues. Then there's no argument.
But they weren't fake, because the authentication people passed them and they sold, and he's never had. And this was back in January, by the way. So the money has been passed. The buyers are all happy. Everyone who's received them, he's not had any returns, but that somewhere, because of the high profit margins and then the probability of like they want a physical agreement with that company to be in place, which obviously he doesn't have.
Yeah.
And this has happened
that just sounds like bloody sour grapes to me. It really sounds like sour grapes. Just because they're not making the money, they're just giving him an hard time about it. That's what it really, because at the end of the day, what has the guy actually done wrong? He's reselling, and it's illegal. Obviously, it's a legal business. Even if you're selling brand new stuff, it's the first sale rule. You can resell stuff that's genuine and that you've bought from whatever.
This is so Brum's bang on now. So for once, Brum's really serious on his comment. This next comment is exactly what Daily Refinement did wrong. So if you're going to scale quickly, and you're going to, I'm on about going from 10 to 100 plus listings a day. That's a massive jump. When you look at that, when you make a big jump and you go from 100 to 500 and 500 to 1,000 listings, like when you're making them big jumps, and he was making, rather than us say an average person earns £2,000 to £3,000, he was earning, I think he earned in a quarter £200,000 worth of money. So that obviously raised a lot of eyebrows, and a lot of his average sale price was probably like, if he's selling 20,000 trainers, he's probably not got millions of sales. So it's not like Music Magpie who sell lots and lots of DVDs. They've gone, how the heck has he done this? And that's why I think it's been looked at, and I think it's been deemed a high risk, because the higher value an item is, eBay isn't designed for true high-end platforms. 90% of sales that go through eBay between £10 and £20. It's a low end. It's a low end. Grab yourself a deal, and it's famous for obviously being an auction, doing auctions. So the higher end you go, the more eyebrows it raises. And I think what we need to kind of take from that, and what I've definitely learned, is exactly what Brum said. If you're going to scale at a sensible pace. Scale at a sensible pace.
And have all your proof.
Yeah, but then if you're buying from a boot seller like we have, we're never going to have our proof.
I suppose you just got to make sure it's written down, haven't you? And
I also think it comes
any sale over £7,500. It's open to more scrutiny because of money laundering regulations.
100%.
I know working for the bike firm that if we sell a bike for anything more than £7,500, it has to be done by a card or bank transfer. It can't be paid for in cash because of money laundering.
100%. And I think these are all the things. And I just think at the end of the day, if you are going to kind of grow your business, grow at a sensible pace. And I think what I've learned from that, and it's exactly why I'm going into the clothing end, is that if you've got smaller items and just lots of them selling, and that's deemed as but at the end of the day, what I'm selling is clothing and used trainers. That's going to be my main business platform now that I'm going to push for the next year to 2 years, and then I'm going to reflect, and I might, eventually sell blooming Rolls Royces. Not, but the point is that that's a very low risk item. Now I know a lot about risk because I watch a lot of resellers videos, and it makes me laugh because I'm married, but I also used to sell business insurance for 4 to 5 years. And I've spoken to every type of business owner, people that earn tens of millions to people earn a couple of grand. And I know how much insurance costs for certain things. And I always worry when I watch certain people's videos, whether it becomes vintage electronics or it becomes gear for people climbing up trees. And I get very worried about, have they actually got insurance? Because one thing that all this Daily Refinement hasn't talked about. The other thing is the other end of it is that a customer can come back for product liability. And if there is an accident with your item, you are potentially accountable for selling an item that isn't, unless you've said it doesn't work, like it could come back on you and your product liability. You'll need some form of insurance. And if it goes really wrong, you ain't talking about a couple of £1,000. You're talking about £1 million plus claim. So I know secondhand clothing's dirt cheap. I have 200. It cost me £200 from insurance for the year, and I've got £10 million worth of product liability. So they know that I'm selling secondhand stuff, and my main stuff I'm selling is t-shirt, clothing, and shoes. Very low risk, cheap insurance. As soon as I started saying I'm thinking about buying this, that, and the other, electronics, this, that, and the other, and it goes up to like £2,000 a year. And then if I said, I'm selling hiking gear, then it'll probably be like, it'll keep jumping up and keep jumping up and keep jumping up. So the other thing is as well to take from that is just make sure what you are selling, if you're going to make a business around it, make sure it's a sensible risk. Make sure that you've obviously got the right insurance as well in place as well, because there's other parts to this as well, which is semi-connected to a degree, which obviously means it's like I've got cyber liability. So if I ever have any cyber issues or something happens, I've got insurance for that. So yeah, it's just lots of things, but you should be insured if you're going to go full time properly. I just recommend it completely. You need to have some form of business insurance to protect yourself. It's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Sean's just, and another thing is it makes you feel so, because I've had, when I was working with my brother and over the years, you know, where I've been doing props on my own or whatever, and you've had like a 15 to 20 grand 90-day total, and you're phoning them up going, listen, do you realise how much money I put through eBay? And when you see those sort of figures, you think,
yeah,
they must have thought I was a proper idiot. Phoning up saying,
you're an absolute banker. I mean?
Because,
you feel like a banker.
Yeah, you feel like a proper numpty. Sean saying, bought from free auctions this week, wheeled a designer office chair through London Tube Thursday, pushed a wheelchair stacked with boxes on 4 tubes and a bus Friday to get it all home with 2 broken toes.
Oh, what a hero.
That's almost like a Stanley Kubrick film, that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Chris. So Chris has just asked, have I spoken to someone? The answer is yes. I used to work for a company called Premier Line Insurance, who are a subsidiary of Allianz, and I'm insured by Allianz. So what happens is the broker has spoken directly with the insurance company, and I know the people who have written it, and the underwriters have actually personally written my policy to be covered correctly. Nice. So my advice, if you're going to get insurance, is to speak to a broker. And what a broker will do compared to an online website, they will speak directly with the insurance company and tell them what you're doing. Give as much information as possible, because you don't want to leave a rock unturned. And I just said how my business works. I said I sell this, that, and the other, broke it all down, and I know that I'm definitely covered. Because they even went on my eBay site as well, the insurance company, just to see my solds, what I've got, and then they deemed it a good thing. But I've not got a massive turnover, so I'm not really a massive risk. I'm not turning over £1 million a year. No. So I am, and I'm telling whereabouts I'm sourcing it from, and clothing and shoes, and then the small electronical things that can be plugged in or battery powered.
We're small fry.
We're very small fry.
We got one of the best beards that I know in the chat. We've got Drew Strickland from America. How you doing, Drew? I hope you and Rachel and the kids are all right.
Lee's now the koala flipper, apparently. Just saw in the chat earlier. That just sounds cruel. It's a bit cuter.
More to it than meets the eye, Chris is saying. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Drew's saying stopped, not speed. Oh, because he's working. Betty Bob, just have a look. Trying to get to the bottom of the chat. Yeah, so you had any decent sales or pickups? Did you say about your sales and pickups, James?
Yeah, so I've obviously had that 80 quidder, which was probably my favourite sale of the week, because yes, I've obviously undersold it, but for me, it was more the funny side of it. It's been sat on a shelf for over a year and a bit, and I was just like, it's taught me a valuable lesson, which is that if you pick up good titles and you pick up old console stuff, and you put clear descriptions on there that it is untested, it will sell. Yeah, because especially discs, because people can go and get them professionally recovered. They can use good, pay for it, because if it's a rare disc and they're not remaking it anytime soon, they ain't fussed to paying £3, £4 a disc to be fully repaired. But I was very, very nice with my discs as well, because I got a JFJ downstairs and I used the softest thing, and then I used the buffer to clean it. So all of them, I got rid of all the surface scratches off all of them. So hopefully whoever gets it, they will all work. You know, I've not just sent them scratched up to heck, because I was just thinking some of the discs were really, really scratched, and I just got rid of the surface ones, and technically they should all pretty much play, touch wood. But I was just thinking I like to kind of take that time and not rush too quickly, and kind of make sure that I'm giving an item that I would want to receive as well. I think it's important that you kind of think like that.
You want to send stuff out how you'd like to receive it.
Yeah, definitely.
Simple, isn't it? John saying a family lost everything in a house fire, believed it was caused by a charger plugged into a battery pack, both of which they bought on eBay. You wouldn't want to be the seller.
Wouldn't want to be a seller. So realistically, if they in their house
December
insurance
2020.
and they told the house insurance people whereabouts it came from and who it was, then potentially that could come back to them under product liability, 100%. And I've because I worked for a broker.
Good evening, mate.
We've had the phone calls when things like that have happened, and we've seen the process, and it really does happen, and it is product liability. And if there is a fault found with the item that someone sold, sometimes it can go to the manufacturers. So if it's brand new and sealed, realistically, what happens is you might end up having to pay for the initial claim through your insurance, but it'll eventually probably go towards the people who've done that. But yeah, it's the common one that we came across all the time that made me laugh is hairdressers used to say to us, "Oh, but I make them sign a disclaimer form when they come in saying that if their hair gets itchy or damaged, that it's actually their own fault." Doesn't make a difference. A piece of paper doesn't make a difference. If you have not correctly done the peroxide test and tested someone's hair, and done all the patch testing and all the correct processes, it's irrelevant.
I know that because that's what my stepdaughter does.
100%. You have to do all the correct testing, and also on the back of any product as well, they will lay out the instructions of what you need to do. So, you should follow the manufacturers of what they're doing. As long as you're doing it by the book, you're following it, then if a claim does come in, then you couldn't have done anything to prevent that.
My stepdaughter does beauty therapy, and she has to do patch tests when she does eyebrow tinting and all the makeup stuff. She has to always do patch tests with certain things to cover herself.
You have to, like by law. And I imagine she's got her insurance for I imagine when she said something like dermaplaning, microdermabrasion, all the type of beauty things that she's doing.
Well, she does that now. She does the microblading. She's just done that expensive course.
So she'll have the insurance for all that. And they'll on the insurance, when you read the policy wording, which will probably be enough for a bedtime story times 20, because they are boring. It'll be a case of just making sure she follows the policies. But yeah, as long as you're patch testing, you're absolutely laughing.
Yeah, we've got Sir Pete's in the chat.
Insurance at all would cover you for selling second-hand electricals if it goes wrong, because it's just so much of an unknown entity, particularly if you
I kind of get what you're saying, but you can get insurance for it, because if you're let's say your business is electronical goods, the minimal thing you should be doing anyway right now as standard, everything should be pat tested.
Of course. If
you're gonna sell it, it goes without saying. So if you're thinking of selling on eBay and doing that, personally, I would go to a broker and I'd see how much it is for insurance, because you can buy insurance for anything. And if you tell them what you're doing and how you're doing it, at least you've got something in place if it ever went wrong. To have something is better than not having anything at all. To just be selling products and just be like, it'd be fine. One day I'll just put a disclaimer on a title. It's not strong enough. That's if it's your main business, by the way. If you just sell the odd stereo and that, then, touch wood, you should be absolutely sound. But say that's your main business, you're a secondhand stereo seller, then I would personally train myself to be pat tested. I trained myself on a small electronical course, so I knew how wiring does, so I could use, like my uncle used to do. He used to be able to test where the circuits were. He'd be able to check the boards, make sure it's all working together. Make sure that all the items that you're doing, you're at least leaving on for over 24 hours plus, so it's never going to overheat. You're testing it, you're working it, and it's just doing your own due diligence. It's no difference to, as Richard's just said, if you're going to go into beauty, you have to do skin patch tests, and you have to do it over. Sometimes you've got to do it twice, and every time someone comes in to get to whether they've had it in the past or not, every single time you must do a skin patch test. Now that's not ideal for someone who walks in and wants to get the haircut. but that's the world that we live in, and that's the difference of insurance. So, you know, it's just common sense at the end of the day. I don't want to overbore it because it's really boring subject, and that's why I'm selling clothes and not electronic things. Because I've already thought of this. Because this is Daily Refinement's message. If it's a quick route of making cash, is it worth you doing it? That's what he was saying, and he said, I really regret it. He said, I should have just sold my bread and butter items, which were very low risk, which was and I would have eventually made the profit margins, and that's the reality. I'm not trying to scare people off selling stuff, by the way. I'm just saying, what would you do if that happens? Have you put something in place, this, that, and the other? Because I'm quite happy selling my clothes and having lower profit margins and making lower turnover. Because if it ever went wrong, I can ring my Allianz insurance, and I know that I'm pretty much 99 touch wood covered. The only thing I'm not covered for is COVID.
You can't get covered for that.
Got massive endorsement saying you're not covered for COVID, so I can't claim I can't claim any money back.
Can't get money for that. Hey, evening, Donna. You all right, Jack? How you doing, mate? What's this to do with scratch discs? They're my speciality. James has got his JFJ, so he's been repairing some.
The time we're saying apparently koala flipper was Bell's.
Bell's name for Lee.
Bell's name for Lee. Yeah, there you go. So let's explain that. I reckon he should change it.
Yeah, definitely.
Sean saying he would buy insurance. He would buy insurance off you, James, but he would make sure that he claimed.
No, you never made a claim when I sell it to you. I'm here to make profits. To be fair, I had a scenario whereabouts I sold. I covered a shop that was selling fishing rods, and it was like the worst scenario ever. And the guy was like, "Oh, I just need 1 more year's worth of insurance. I've been running the business for, I think, something like 40 years." He said, "I've never had any claims, this, that, and the other." He said, "It's my final year." So he said, "Oh, thank you very much for sorting out my insurance." He said, "This is like going to save us a bit of money. And me and the wife are looking to kind of retire and, you know, sell the business on to maybe our son or, you know, to someone else." 4 months after selling the insurance policy, he got robbed and the building burnt down. I was like, no. But I was really, really happy in my policy. I didn't mis-sell to him. He was covered. He had his insurance. He had a payout, and he had what you call business interruption cover, which meant that he could claim back for the loss of earnings, and he got paid all his loss of earnings. And I had a chat with him like a year after, once it was all resolved. And he said, "Yeah, I am retiring." And he said, "Thank you very much for sorting me out a proper policy." But it does make you think, because we're a broker, not the insurance company. So insurance companies could always go, "No, we're not going to pay out." But I was just like, thank the Lord, I was quite thorough in that job. And I used to just say, "This is where he is. This is what he does." But yeah, cover.
I got a bit worried about this next comment.
What does it say?
All I saw was "had a dream about you last night, Rich." I was like, what's that about? We was on wife swap. You were my husband for a week. Ha. You bought me a meal and flowers and put my fella to shame. Random as hell, I know. Yeah, that's proper random, Donna. But you know, I buy flowers and meals. That's what I do.
Has he bought you flowers, Dave? He doesn't buy me flowers.
I haven't bought Dave flowers. I haven't seen you yet.
I have to get a patch test every time I get my highlights done.
Yeah, I'll come down. I'll get my stepdaughter to do it for you. She tinted my eyebrows once. That was a laugh.
I think the biggest reason why they also do it every time is manufacturers are always known for changing their ingredients ever so slightly. And literally, I think like a millionth of a gram difference all the time in regards to solutions, because they're trying to cut corners and save costs. And it also could have a repercussion of an irritation on skin. And I think that's why the insurance companies are always so much like every single time. And it's difficult because you're speaking to these hairdressers and they're trying to they don't make mega money, some of them. They're just like making ends meet, paying the bills. And then they're like, yeah, every time someone comes in, you've got to do it. But Sally doesn't have time for that. But sadly, that's just, they don't understand how serious it is. And then some people, sadly, they just go, "Oh, well, I did it last time." And then, yeah, it's not ideal when the insurance company goes.
There is a cheaper defense to insurance. There is a cheaper alternative to insurance. Is just always make sure your skin. You can't. If you
there's two alternatives to insurance. Either be skin or have millions and millions of pounds in the bank so you can actually pay for it yourself if it goes wrong. Yeah, that's what I do. If I ever crash the car up north, I normally just get a £5 out of my pocket, and people are like, "What, a £5? Yes."
You make me spend my money like that round these parts.
We haven't seen a note in years. And then I get my 2p's out and I start counting. Your 1s, your 2s, your 5s, your 10s, your 50, your 10. There you are. You're insured.
The master of lives not live is the bearded wonder, Maximus and Co. Sub now. He was worked out how to do a video under an hour long.
Good old Max.
Dear. Just trying to get through, see what we've got going on. I sold a pair of snow boots yesterday, I think it was. I paid a £5 in my decent little charity shop, paid a £5. I had them up at $44.95, I think, and I've got a 15% thing off at the minute. And I think what happened was I sent them a 20% off and they went for £38 something, but it's all right for my £5. Like to see things go.
Definitely. Did well on them. It went up to
I saw them and I thought they'd be all right. Max is saying, is it just him in the chat? I don't know what he means. How many messages before he gets timed out? You won't get timed out. Get yourself on. Get yourself on, son. Get yourself on. Trying to follow Max videos like taking an acid trip. I love his editing. I absolutely love his editing.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to wind him up now. It'll wind him up now because I'm talking about his editing again.
It's part of his creative process, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah. You'd love to see what's going on in his brain, wouldn't you? I'd love to get inside his skull.
Keeps everything at bay.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone letting you and Tam have your bromance. Lisa and Sean start with because they're talking about broken toes. There's two of us make it in on our own. Yeah, it's been a bit slow, but then where I've been sorting out, so I put a video out I think it was Monday, where I started sorting out and then done me back in and then went to see Gene Whitfield, and then apart from that, just been sorting bits out and trying to get more bits on. I say the bits that's the thing that hinders me from getting all my stuff listed, is the fact that all the stuff I've got here, I don't know where to start. But if I go to the shop and buy something, I'll bring it straight home and just list it straight away. And James knows this. I come back, I list it straight away, or something that's so easy to get to and it's been sat there for 2 years. Like I had a printer and a halogen cooker, and they've been sat there for like 2 years since I started, and I listed them and they went. So I've got to get rid of all the small stuff, the bitty stuff, the grotty stuff, and just concentrate on the good stuff, get the good stuff on, and just keep going out and buying new bits. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, mate.
So, yes.
Do you set yourself targets?
Do I set myself targets? Yeah, but I never do anything about it.
I do. I've got a little board now.
James does. Yeah, he's got a board.
Start this month.
Evening, Martin.
Well, I've got two. I've got a little one up here, and I've got the proper one downstairs. And so, no matter what room I'm in, it's up to date. At the end of the day, I kind of walk around with like my little sheet, and I fill out both boards, so they're both up to date. But yeah, at the moment, I'm just on 10 a day. That's my consistency, which is 300 listings, brand new listings every single month. Yeah. But then,
and the thing is with you, if you don't reach your goal one day, you make it up the next day.
Yeah, always.
That's the good thing about you with that board.
Always, because I want to hit them targets. So my plan is, once I've done 10 and I can keep smashing that, then I'll go to 11. And then when I go to 11, and my plan is to really, by the end of the year, to be about 20 listings per day. Once I've built up my contacts with my charity shops that I am at the moment, once I've kind of really got into this, because I've just this last weekend kind of gone back to women's clothing as well, because for me to get 20 listings a day, I can't just do it on male clothing alone. I don't think there's enough for me to source. So I'm going to go for both. Yeah, and I just think male and female clothing, get used to it, learn the brands, and wear a couple of dresses when I come see you, Dev, and then we'll be happy.
That's it.
I think everyone's like that, Becky. I'm like that. Enjoy the buying. Don't enjoy the listing.
Sorry, Dave. Richard was interrupted you there. What
sorry,
did you say there,
sorry, Dave. Go on. You carry on, Dave.
Dance for a while, go for long evening strolls, all that kind of good stuff.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm looking forward to it.
I don't think anybody enjoys the listing, Becky. I mean, to be fair, I like taking a good picture.
Evening, Jason.
I like taking a good picture, but I'm not a fan of the rest of the listing process. But to me, it's an end.
Yeah, since I've this room now has all been reshifted around, and I've got a set photo area just for clothing, and then I've got a rail behind me now, so everything is like I'm like a day and a bit ahead of myself there now. So all them are steamed and ready for tomorrow and the day after. I'm already like a day and a bit ahead with my prep, so I know whereabouts I'm going to be, where I am. So for instance, on a Sunday, what I do in clothing is anything that I've tried to wash and I've got a stain on, I always think, right, Sunday's auction day. So I put all my clothes on with small stains and marks, and I do it on a 7-day auction. So I always know every Sunday when I get my clothes, that's how I get around anything that's damaged. And I just chuck it on an auction at 99p. Or if it's like a better brand, I might start it off at a £5 or £4. But yeah, so I've kind of come up with my own business idea of like, what do I do then if something's broken? Do I just write it off? And the answer is no. For me, I'm like, put it on an auction, get something back off it, and at least you got something back, like a percentage. But I'm averagely paying about £2 to £3 per item anyway. So, you know, and because I'm buying all right brands in the sense of that, you know, I try and stick to well-known brands, then it obviously helps.
Did you get on 2 wheels today, Dave?
I did, yeah. I went for a play out. I did have a purpose, though. I accidentally, on purpose, got lost, which is a great thing to do on a motorbike. But I got a rack fitted to my bike because I've got some bike rallies coming up. Exciting times.
Oh, was that where your jacket was hanging on the back of it?
Yeah. So, I found a rack for my bike, and a mate of mine's welded it up because it needed a bit of work, painted it. So that's on the bike, ready for rally season. The first one is in about 3 weeks.
Sounds good, Max.
Nice.
Max is in London visiting family at the minute. James saying you're back in women's clothing, James.
Well,
legs for it.
I've never left it, really, to be fair.
His wife keeps telling him to get out of her knickers. She says they're too tight for him.
We're going to comment about
that. We can talk about it in the meeting on Monday.
Talk about that on Monday. I've told you about our levels. You know, Dave and me. We might see me and Dave are very mature this evening. We've come across with Dave had the meeting and he said, look, one glass.
Yep.
And he stuck to it. And he stuck to it with all.
Yes, it's a big glass. It's a big glass, but
don't let yourself down.
No,
big glass. It's just really close.
Yeah, you should get one of them glasses that takes a whole bottle of wine. So we've got. I've said hello to Stu. I'm sure I've. We've got Hairy Pikachu in. How you doing?
No,
Sonic travel to a town.
All the bots.
Yeah.
There's I think you've I don't know what's happening there. I've got lots and lots of bot messages coming up.
I'd go all the way to the bottom and start again, Richard, if I was you.
Yeah, let's start at the bottom.
I would.
What? Yeah. Hang on. There was a name I didn't.
There's lots of names.
Yeah, I see.
There's lots of names, Richard. There's lots
of
names.
Wet.
Yeah, I just go all the way to the bottom. The way to the bottom.
I'm at the bottom now. I'm at the bottom.
That's it. Click the bottom one.
Yep. Endless treasure. Joseph.
Well, that's what happens, you know. When there's two lives against each other, you know.
Is that what? Is it Nick and Laney sending all the bots over here?
Yeah. The centre bot.
Right, there must be some. If we've got some mods in the chat, which I'm sure we have.
It's quickly becoming a full-time job, this though.
Yeah, if you can deal with that, guys, for me.
Get reporting.
Start reporting them all. Yes,
give Drew the powers, Richard. Start giving Drew the power.
I know I should do, shouldn't I?
Give Drew the power. Give people the power. Give them the power.
I have given people the power, but
give more power. Give more power to people.
This is the thing, though. I mean, as soon as you report a block one, another one pops up, and
I've never had it going that mad.
There was about 5 at least I counted there.
Crazy, isn't it? There you go. We've got loads of mods in there. They're working like crazy. Don't worry, you get paid overtime.
Definitely.
It's calmed down now, but I think Sean likes spam.
Yeah.
Well, I listed a Fred Perry top today.
Yeah.
And I picked it up for £1
Hi, Kath.
this morning, and I've sent an offer to someone, 15% off, and it's just gone for £14.44 with £3.99 postage. So
Oh, nice.
in and out, £1 paid this morning, sold, photoed, done. Thank you very much.
Nice. Thank you, guys.
I made a sale while I've been on it, and it's probably the lowest sale of the week. Tommy Hilfiger denim cotton shirt for £8.99 plus postage.
Oh, that's not bad though.
Nice.
That's not
yeah,
bad.
thank you, guys. I wasn't thinking you wasn't doing your job. It was just like they were coming in thick and fast. It's fine. Thank you very much for your service.
So I've kind of, but you know, I have this rule about not listing anything unless it's got a listing value of over £10. That was my New Year's resolution.
Oh yeah.
I've stuck to it religiously with one rider. If I get it for free, then I'll list it for not much less than £10.99. Sorry, not much less than £10, but I'll list it for less than £10 if it's worth less than £10, basically. So that's the only rider, and that was one of those.
Yeah, no, I'm for me, I kind of don't want to sell things that kind of like DVDs and stuff like that for £3.
Oh, there's another one.
But I don't.
Don't block him. Don't block him.
I don't mind. I don't mind selling an item if you're kind of paying £1 and it goes for a tenner, but it's easy to list. Like you can photo it literally. Like last week, I had a pair of like videotapes. Literally took a photo, scanned the barcode, and it sold within 2 days. And I probably made £8, £7 profit. But to me, I'm like, that's easy. It's just much more easier to kind of have them items on your store. So, and if it makes
one
profit,
thing I can show you that I haven't taken upstairs that I got today.
Go on, show us, Dave.
It's not going to be embarrassing like that girl who did the news.
Oh yes, look at that.
Nice. Give us a blow.
That looks wrong. That looks wrong. That pose.
Yes, mate.
Set it off. Set it off.
Put it on.
Set it off. Set it off.
Set
it off.
No, he's a 4-stroke engine though. No.
Go.
That's all right.
Go.
Just bring your motorbike in.
Go.
Start it up.
I'm not doing a burnout in my front room.
Why not?
You will do. Oh, you will do, Dave. When I come over one time, it's definitely happening.
Well, when the carpet's ready for changing, maybe.
Yes, I'll be there that day.
Jack saying he never understood the minimum list price. I think it's just different people. I mean, to be honest with you, I've been since I've started. I've been listing DVDs now, and I just don't think they're worth it.
Yeah, definitely. And everyone has a different thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I totally respect that there is thousands, if not millions of pounds, profit to be made on £3 and £4 items. Jack's just saying that, and I get that. But for me, everyone has a different way of running their business.
Yeah, everyone's got a different
might say,
plan.
Might say my clothing, like I couldn't think of anything worse. Like for me, when I initially did my videos, I never thought I'd want to be a clothing reseller, but. Yeah. The difference is when I've gone.
I know a time when you said you're never.
Yeah. And
I
said it to you, and I said I never touch it. And the reality is that as I've gone full time, I've gone. What can I source readily? What have I got access to? And clothing, secondhand clothing is something that's constantly there, 12 months of the year, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make a bulletproof business that's consistently there.
Is it one of Ann Summers' devices I heard Rich talk about?
It will be tonight, Sean. It will be tonight.
Oh, yes. I'm looking forward to watching the OnlyFans live.
As well as a blow function.
Yeah, is that on the OnlyFans channel?
I tell you what, Dave.
Actually, John set up an OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah. John's if you haven't seen his video, check his latest YouTube video out, OnlyFans.
Amen.
Stu saying, was that your old hairdryer?
Yeah, bloody good.
Yeah.
It's powerful. No worries, Drew. Good to have you in, mate. Good to have you in. It's all about the Pokemon cards. Yeah, I've got 2 sealed boxes of the is it the Elite Trainer boxes? I don't know. I bought them when they came out, the brown boxes, but I keep thinking of opening them because I just keep thinking, there's something good in. There's going to be something good in them, but no, my luck, there's going to be it won't even have any cards in there. It'll be empty. Empty packets.
Joe,
the bigger you get, the harder it becomes. There you go.
Oh, I get that completely.
This is me stepping outside.
I'm up for it to becoming harder.
We're going to abuse the chat here.
Yep.
Or particularly one person for something that I've stepped out of my comfort zone. It's like I think I might have sold one of these ever. But I'm going to quickly go through these. I picked up a load of records. So
I don't know any reselling that's gone live would like that.
I think you're on the wrong live, Dave.
I think you're on the wrong live, mate. I think you want to head over today.
Save me looking all these bastards up. If anybody can see any value in these,
oh, nice.
Yeah, the person to message is just message Brum Reseller. He'll be able to tell you instantly.
Did you see records?
Did you see Brum Reseller's feedback on TripAdvisor or whatever it is? Hardly any records or whatever it was, or selection in the store. And he was like, I think the person's blind.
That's good, Rich. That's good. That's good money.
All right. The wall.
They're in good nick.
Yeah.
What's Jack saying there?
But it's a common thing, I feel, across the board for UK resellers to only go for more expensive things versus quantity. But in my mind, Aldi makes more money than Waitrose. Cheaper things have a massive market. Yeah, it just depends, Jack. I think whether you wanna pack 100 things at £3 or £4, or you want to pack 4 things at 100 quid. I suppose it's just horses for courses, isn't it? I mean, everyone's got a different working plan set out. You know, I've done all the cheaper value stuff, and that's nice.
I like for me, which is low value, but I really like the £10 to £20 margins now. But for me, that's exactly. Is that saying Meatloaf?
Yeah,
that's worth money. Oh, Dave, that's mega money. Meatloaf, mate. Just Meatloaf alone is money.
There's no sleeve, unfortunately.
Yeah,
one night only you get to see my ugly mug, ha.
There's money in that.
It's a special gift challenge. Oh yes, nice.
I'll do your bungle deal.
Yeah, do a bungle deal.
Do a bungle deal for you, John. Culture Club.
Oh, look, he likes it. He does like Boy George.
Fleetwood Mac.
I like. Who doesn't like a bit of the Mac?
Well, Fleetwood Mac.
So how much did you pay for all this then, Dave?
50 quid.
Oh,
there's a load of singles as well, and in fact, there's another case of albums down there as well. U2 Pride.
Okay, I hear bells. I hear sleigh bells.
Evening, Santa.
Here it is. Evening, Santa.
How you doing? How you doing?
Doing well.
Thought we'd get you in, have a little catch up. How's things? All right?
Pretty slow this time of year.
It's pretty slow. Should be busy making toys.
Getting rested up. I found a duck for you guys were talking about a golden duck. Here's a golden duck you can use, Dave.
Dave, look at this.
Dave.
Dave, look at that in your boot sale videos. That is a treat. Look at that. So Santa can give you the magic golden duck, and it just appears in your videos now and then.
Yeah.
He sent me a picture. Santa sent me a picture before. That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Yep. Just hide it, like James was saying. Just hide it in your video and
ask him on the stall. Ask him on the stall. Maybe it's behind you on your shelf there. So if you're live now, it might just be on the shelf.
Yeah.
I did have to sort of like zoom in on the picture though, because at first I thought it was an eagle, which would kind of make sense, I suppose.
True, Drew. John saying 15 quid on Thriller.
Nice.
Apparently,
the most expensive for my research so far, the most expensive one, the best value one is a Depeche Mode singles one. I valued that at about 45.
Oh, nice.
So I've not even started looking properly yet, though. So
John's saying you've done well there.
Nice one.
I think if John's giving you praise, mate, that's about as good as it ever needs to get there. If that's smashing, that is very good praise.
Money well spent.
Indus Treasures, Joseph Santa.
Legend as well.
See, we do have our resident Santa. We had him at Christmas. He usually comes out at Christmas, but he does come and visit us every now and again.
Oh,
have you been out on 2 wheels, Santa?
Not this weekend. I'll try to. Maybe tomorrow. It was a little damp today, so I'll try tomorrow.
I just thought his Brum reseller's face spinning around next to Santa. I love Brum resellers like photo. There's
on the
Dave.
box.
There's Dave. There's Dave. There's Dave ABL. Are you ready?
Oh, there's
Loving it. It's actually on my bucket list to go for a ride out with Santa. One of these days, it's going to happen.
Definitely has to happen. But yeah, and I know Lee's
later, Rich.
Lee's just put about his model, obviously being the higher
Oh,
end.
Ross.
And I think the difference is that if you are doing reselling as a part-time, I think the best way personally from a time point of view is to make them high-end sales, because if you're making them higher end sales, you've got 2 items or 3 items per evening to package. It's dead easy after you're doing a full day at work, and you've got good chunks of money coming in. So it makes sense to, when you go into the boot sales, to sell higher end stuff. For me, as I said, I just thought about where I am, what have I got access to, where can I source? And right now, clothing seems to be probably one of the most easiest things for me to kind of get into. And I can consistently get it. I've got some really good relationships with some local charity shops where they're happy to support me and I'm happy to support them. I put £300-400 in the till without fail each month, which they're like, it's a great support towards the charity. They're really happy for it. I know some charity shops don't like it, and I respect that. But the people I've got the contact with, I'm 100% transparent with. And then at least, but the difference being is, and the one thing I've learned is that if you constantly want to buy stuff from charity shops, sometimes you have to get not all the good stuff, because you can't expect to just cherry pick all the Berg House, all the quality stuff. No. Sometimes you've got to pick up some of the stuff that they're not shifting as well. And that's something definitely. I've got an agreement with them as well. And one of the things I'm going to chat with them about, especially now I'm looking into the women's side of things, is that if they've had items on their store that haven't moved for a while, and you just want to give it at a lower price, I just put money in a till. Yeah. So I pick up some items that are not going to be big sellers. Maybe they're going to be £5 and £10 profit. But when you're paying very little per unit, 50p or £1 per unit, then you're laughing.
Yeah. Like you say, I mean, people have different takes on their own business models. For me, I mean, the reason I got into reselling in the first place was to free up more time in my life to do the things I want to do, rather than something that somebody else wants me to do. And moving forward my business, the way that I envisage doing that is by spending as little time as possible to make as much money as, not as much money as I can, but enough money to
pay the bills, be comfortable,
my lifestyle kind of thing. If I can do that in 10 items rather than 500 items, happy days. Of course, the returns are going to, when they do happen, are going to stick a bit more. The time that
and you've got to be able to find them good bits as well. You've got to be able to find them good bits. Like I say, it's difficult because when I first started, I was buying anything and everything. If I'd pick up. Look, the first lockdown was amazing for everyone, wasn't it? That was getting into reselling or doing reselling. The first lockdown was absolutely amazing. Picked up some good stuff. People were giving away bags of stuff. It was ideal. But like, I picked up anything and everything. And I say the small stuff is the stuff I'm left with, the DVDs. And like, even when you try and get rid of a bundle of DVDs, I'm going to take them all off eBay soon. I'm going to bundle them up and just try and get rid of them on Facebook Marketplace, because it's sometimes it's just hard to get rid of them, isn't it?
I was just looking at Brum's comment there. So a prime example of, like, if you're good at what you do, he's listed 4 records at £600. That's, and if you want to get into good margins, that's cracking. For me, I think I listed 10 items, and my average listing price is about £200 per day in them 10.
That's good.
So it gives you an idea.
Without trying to blow smoke up John's arse, he's the perfect example of my idea of the epitome of a reseller. He specializes in records, and he properly knows his stuff, and as far as that goes. But he's not afraid to explore.
He'll buy anything and everything.
Learning all the way, and always said, if you're constantly learning, you'll win.
Johnny's amazing, as you said there, because there's nothing he won't say no to. And it also, like, he'll buy it, and if it doesn't work, he'll get rid of it. He did it with his plushies not so long ago.
Yeah.
I remember Brum doing a video. This was going ages back, but he had that many plushies back when he was in his house, and his kids were jumping from the top
he had a
of
big
their
stack
stairs.
of them in one of
They were
his
jumping
rooms
from
as
the
well.
top of their stairs into
Yeah.
the plushies, and they were
Yeah.
landing fine.
Yeah,
They had
yeah.
that many plushies, and I just think, you know, you'll do what you do, and you know,
Yeah.
there's so much opportunity, and you sell what. I think the one thing I would say is try and find a niche you kind of enjoy doing. And as much as I didn't want to be a clothing reseller, what I do like is I like the fact that my wardrobe changes. I get to have some really cool items. Like when I went on my holiday, I was wearing that.
He's wearing the old
I was wearing Vivian
Westwood.
I was wearing a Vivian Westwood hoodie, just chilling out. And I'm like, I'm from a council estate. I'd never be able to afford that genuine stuff like that. Like, my family have no money whatsoever, but I'm there, and I'm just like, this is just quite a fun. Like to me,
Well, that's it. You can keep it for a while and then sell it on and still make your money. Project Games, you saying how long did you gangsters do part time? I never done part time. I just went. I've sort of bought and sold all my life, but only went really full time reseller when I got made furloughed in the first lockdown. James was part time.
Yeah.
Went full time recently. Dave, you was part time, weren't you? Because you was doing the motorcycle deliveries alongside it.
I started reselling back end of 2017 and went full time in March of 2020.
Yeah,
that's good.
And how's Mrs. Claw's coffee shop going, Santa?
Oh, it's very busy. People are coming back here in the States. People are getting out. Everyone's happy to be out of the COVID restrictions, so that it's coming back bigger than it ever was.
Must be trying to get a hot coffee with all that snow outside.
We were supposed to be putting an order together, weren't we?
Yes, we are. We have got to do that. We'll sit down and do that this week.
Should we arrange it for the end of the month then? We'll do it at the end of the month when we've all got our bills paid. Because I'm sure there's a couple of us that are looking forward to seeing the energy bills going up at the end of this month. I'm up for us just doing like chuck a load of cash in, and then because we're going to see each other this year, we'll just get it going to one address, and then we'll just
definitely.
I don't think Mrs. Santa likes me though, because I use the D word.
Oh, don't use that. Don't use
Decapitated.
Don't use that.
Don't use that word.
Don't use it. Don't use it.
Sir Pete saying he listed £4 worth of things. It was 600 items.
She calls the decaffeinated coffee sad brown water.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Becky saying it's having a space to store the items too. Easier to store a few and that's the problem with me. I've got so many little bits and pieces, and that's why I can't get to anything. I'd rather just have a couple of racks with better, higher value stuff on, and then it's easier to sort out then.
And I agree, and I think that's why talking of storage, I think that's exactly why I've kind of decided I'm going to focus on the secondhand shoes and secondhand clothes, because even though they're low values, it's actually the other end of it. It's that I can actually store a lot of clothing inside these boxes. So each box probably holds a good, comfortable anywhere between lowest end of 200 to probably £500, worth of items. I can per box potentially, but I can easily put a lot of items inside the boxes. And for me, I'm quite lucky that I have got quite a bit of space, and I'm wanting to kind of grow the business. I just want to. My long-term plan is just to be comfortable. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to be super rich. I just want to be able to kind of have a couple of £100 each month spare, so that if we're out, if my wife's like, "Oh, I really like that North Face jacket," I can afford to go and buy it, and I'm not like stretching. And for me, I want to be rich. That's where I'd like to be. That's where I
definitely want to be rich, and I want to be a millionaire, but I know I'm always going to be destitute. So it's like I just got to accept it.
You've always got your good looks to fall back on, Rich.
Huh?
You've always got your good looks to fall back on.
I don't know, but they won't last much longer. I list £300 worth of stuff a day, 10 items. That's good, Joseph.
That's fantastic.
That's good. That is good.
I'm intrigued by Stu's comment. I want to know what a trilobite is.
Things are looking up. Just sold a trilobite. A trilobite, let me have a guess. Is a trilobite, Stu, is it like the it's obviously a fossil, but is it the round one that's like a shell shaped Fossil. I think that's what a trilobite is. I think.
That makes sense.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100%, but
Joys of school holidays. Just had a lot of kids outside. I was just about to give it the old, "Hey, get them out of my house!
Oi,
Get off my land! Get off my land!" To be fair, 9 times out of 10, it always makes it worse. So it's best never to do that.
Yeah, that's good, Jack. And if that suits you, that's perfect. Just like I say, it's horses for courses. You know, I've done all the small stuff. I've got 3 racks in my storage bit next door, and they're just rammed with DVDs. And for the amount of DVDs I've got, and probably what most of them are worth, it's not worth having them, to be honest.
And I think the benefit, as you said, that the disadvantage is the higher end you go, and say you sell 2 items per month, and that covers all your bills. If one of them goes, then it is a bit difficult. Where if you've got a lot of low value stuff, you can afford for the returns to come. They're not going to be impactful, but each their own. And you know, I just think I think at the end of the day, you do you, and as long as you're happy, Gary. Then I think that's the biggest success. As long as you're happy with what you're doing.
Then march to the beat your own drum.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not trying to be anyone else but just where I am. And I've done reselling for one reason only. It was for my mental health. And I'm so much happier, and just I feel like I'm more myself every single day I do reselling. I just get to wind up Richard on a daily basis. Like, that's living the dream.
Oh, look, I was wrong.
I get a call him, and he goes, I have been up. And I go, what? Up to get a drink of water or something? And he goes, yeah.
Stu saying, no, Rich, you're thinking of an ammonite. Best way to describe a trilobite is a big underwater earwig.
Oh, wow.
So there you go.
We having nightmares tonight.
Do you want to buy one? Stu's got some for sale. He's got a big underwater earwig for sale.
Santa, are you a member of any motoring organisations or clubs?
Yeah, he's a Hell's Angel.
I used to belong to quite a few different groups that we would ride with. Veterans groups. Did a lot of stuff with Rolling Thunder through the years.
Yeah.
But
I was talking to somebody earlier today about club life, and somebody asked me to get involved with a military riders group. But I've done my time with club life now. It's too much politics.
Riding in a group is fun, and there is definitely safety in some numbers, but huge rides.
I was going to say, a lot of the clubs out there are absolutely like hundreds of people riding, aren't they? That's massive.
Sometimes gets a little dangerous. I used to go riding with 3 or 4 close friends, like every Saturday.
Yeah.
We would go to breakfast, and then we would go ride, a short while. And then you get really where you understand how
Hi, Rachel.
Everyone's skill level, and everyone, you understand what they're going to do. When you're riding with strangers, you don't really know how they're going to respond. It's sometimes kind of dangerous.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. It's exactly the same. The bigger the group as well, it kind of takes the fun out of it as well, because we have the rule, if there's like 4 or 5 of us going out, then obviously there's quick riders, there's slower riders, and you just keep going straight. And if we need to change directions, we'll wait for everybody to catch up before we change the direction, and that's how it works. That way everybody gets a bit of fun out of the ride.
So we just received an apology. We just received an apology. How dare you? How dare you?
Don't worry, Nick.
How dare you? We've only been doing it for 11 months.
No, I don't think anyone sees anyone coming a millionaire on it. Apart from maybe Mr. Nick Hills, he'll be a millionaire.
Oh, but what Mandy was just saying there, which I think's pretty amazing. That's why I wanted to come back to a comment earlier about that's literally exactly like kind of whereabouts I want to kind of eventually get to. At the moment I'm at 10, I want to get to 15. But that's, if you've seen Mandy's total on Instagram, she's smashing it. She's an absolute, and she's one person who has inspired me to just keep pushing because consistency and repetition and then just doing it is the key to success, in my opinion, for my personal business, because I'm getting quicker and quicker at doing the same things. And that's what I'm trying to focus on, just practicing doing the same things and getting faster at my listings. And, you know, I did them 10 listings today, chatting to you, and I did them within an hour. I managed to get all 10 items photoed and all 10 items listed on eBay, which were all clothing items, and the package down there in the box.
Yeah.
So we can start getting quick at doing that 10 with maybe just over an hour and 20 minutes, I think it was. But an hour and 20 minutes to get 10 listings done with all photos, all details, any defects or anything like that all done. I think that's why I just want to keep getting faster and just, make as much pennies as possible so that we can get the things that we want, like the camper van and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing. I say it depends what you want out of it, how hard you're going to go at it. You know, whether you just want to pay your bills, whether you want to, you know, start putting a bit of money away or pay off the mortgage or do bits and pieces. You know, like I say, you know, we've spoken about it, James, and you know, you want to get a camper. You know, so you're going to work that little bit harder to get your camper, still pay your bills, get what you want on top of it. You know, and like I say, some people just want to keep going. So you've got to work as hard as you want to work to do what you want to do. Simple as, you know.
Definitely. And obviously, once I got a camper, it's going to cost me as much as a camper just to keep it fueled. So I'm going to have to work even harder then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for the fuel. Now we've got all the house stuff going on.
That's what life's about generally, though, isn't it? Just doing what makes you happy, and if reselling facilitates that happiness, then it's always you've won already.
Yeah, but I suppose some people are doing it as well. You know, if they're at home alone a lot and stuff like that, you know, and not able to get out as most of us can do. I suppose it's for them. It's like it's just something that gives them something to do as well.
100%. I think Nick's hit the nail on the head, and there's no other business, there's no other platform, there's no other job that can do this. And it is, you get what you put out of eBay. There's no other business that you can do that type of hard work in because there's no guarantee. But eBay's pretty much, as long as you're pricing it right, as long as you're researching the items, because it's all there, you've got sold comps. As long as you are buying and doing your research, and then you're consistently doing them type of things, to do it more, to do it times 2 to times 3 and getting faster processes, you know, it's only going to go in one direction. I think
the entry level is virtually zero, and it's accessible to everybody. So everybody's got, it's a level playing field. It's nice to know that. I mean, Amazon's quite similar. It's nice to know that people like you and me have got the same chance as the likes of Tesco's and Aldi and Asda and blah blah blah. It's a level playing field. That's 100%. What it's a beautiful business.
I think if I'm being honest, I think 2 things are going to happen. I was chatting to Richard about it, and it's quite a sad subject, but I think come November this year, I think there's a lot of people that are going to be not in a financial good situation. But I think 2 things will come from it to balance the books out. I feel like eBay this Christmas is probably going to see one of its biggest improvements, because people will probably step away from the Amazon, either getting it next day delivery for a board game, and they'll buy it secondhand, and they'll wait 2-3 days for it to be posted. And I think Amazon is always going to grow. There's no getting around it. Jeff Bezos, and they're always going to be multimillionaires. But I just think people will look at their budget and they will go, you know what, I want to get my son a bike, but maybe I can't afford a brand new bike. I want to get a nice Adidas jumper, but maybe I'm better off just getting one that's pre-owned. And I think people will stretch their budgets, and I think platforms like eBay will do better in the futures to come, especially if because this year is not just one bill's gone up, like everything's gone up, like council taxes going up, water rates are going up, your food bills, we haven't seen it yet, but they're going to go up big.
Yeah, but the bills
the delivery cost and the fuel cost to ship them in Sainsbury's, you'll see it increase. It's going to go up. Freddo's are probably going to end up being about £5 by the end of the year.
£5 each. It is ridiculous. And then not being funny, the energy bills are going up now, but they're also going up again in October.
Yeah, they will do 100%.
So it's just absolutely crazy. Better out and buy a camera.
To ask you, Rich, can we commit to a date for the beach party? I mean, everybody is.
Let me. I'll get something sorted this week, and we'll have something sorted for next weekend. We'll have a date. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Santa's got technical difficulties.
You heard that here, the folks.
Next week, you heard it here. I will sort.
I'll have a date for us.
Yeah, I'll sort out a date. It'll probably be a date it's like the worst typhoon hurricane
Dave,
ever.
don't listen to him. Don't listen to honestly. Don't rush Richard.
Yeah, no, I'll do it. Actually, next week as well, we've got Kristen, a rural squirrel, on. So she's the guest for next week. So, and she's
then the week after,
another amazing reseller. And the week after, you got a podcast. It'd be the first podcast. We don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but so it'll be some old waffle.
We're gonna get Nick on with us, and we're gonna tell him off for going live. It's gonna be a Saturday Night Live raw debate and
telling off Nick Hills.
Kristen's a lot of fun on your show. She's such a positive lady.
Yeah, she's lovely. She's so lovely. I mean, she was on Amanda's, and she said, "Oh, is that Night's Life in?" And she said, "Oh, I'm gone all fangirl." I was like, "God, for my little old channel." So, and she seemed really lovely as well. So she's always happy, always but then everyone that we've spoken to, I mean, Rachel Strickland, you know, Lil Miss Q, they're all really good, positive. Technical instability. That's not quite as good.
Hey, these cost me a fortune, these graphics.
Yeah.
Looks like a Katie Neistat video. I feel like the bills have gone up already by a third. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. You really do feel the pinch, you know. And then now you got to go. After all that, you got to go and buy Easter eggs for everyone. It's like, you know. But little Holly Bob's got all her Easter eggs and her little bunnies and everything. That was so cute.
I think I'm going to share that on my Instagram tomorrow. Because it's obviously Easter for everyone. But yeah, we're going selling tomorrow. I'm actually selling, so that's why we brought Easter today, because then that way we can kind of just go and do all our selling, and that way she's had a whole day celebrating Easter, doing bunny hunts, and then yesterday she went to Lancaster Brewery and they did a thing for all the children whereabouts they were making. It was like a Charlie in the Chocolate Factory thing, and they're making their own chocolate stuff, and the Oompa Loompas like pouring the chocolate, and they're having their own chocolates and hunts, and yes, it was like
brilliant. You know, you literally just when you have kids parties in a brewery.
Yeah, definitely. Come on, where else do we do it? Everything's at the pub. Like you do a funeral in a pub, you do weddings in the pub. Come on,
food's definitely gone up, Ian.
We're celebrating pubs, mate. If you're gonna take where your kids gonna go to, the local pub around the corner's got a soft play, a crash inside it, so we get wasted whilst they play.
Sorted.
There you go.
That sounds amazing.
I want my funeral to be in one of these trampoline centres.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
I'm going to burn you, and your ashes are going to be bouncing everywhere, and everyone's going to go, Dave.
Someone I work with, they cremated his dad, and I saw a video of it, and he tipped his dad's ashes over a river down this way, just near sort of between here and Arundel, and he tipped them over the bridge, and the wind just caught the ashes. He was tipping them down and blew some of them back in his face, and like he just saw the ashes go down the wall. So like he thought it was funny, but like,
well, you know, that's the final. I didn't want this. Oof.
Yeah, I'm not getting in that.
I didn't want you to put me here, and then almost going, come on, put me back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately, I mean, if petrol's expensive, all you need to do is tip the ashes in the loo, flush it. It'll make its way to the sea eventually.
Yeah, get there eventually. Yeah, you won't even have to drive it. But it is crazy. I mean, it's crazy. I'm doing more miles again now. I mean, I'm lucky enough. I don't, you know, I mean, my children are grown up, and I don't have to go and pick my son up anymore. So it's cheaper in that respect. So I don't use my car much. But now he's at Air Cadets. I take him to Air Cadets every Tuesday and Thursday. But today I had to get up early this morning and take him because they've gone to Brighton today and done a car building competition. So like it was the Air Cadets against the Sea Cadets in this well, obviously not the Air Cadets. My boys in the Air Cadets, that obviously weren't that, was it? It was the Sea Cadets. They won by 2 seconds apparently.
I'll be lucky in answer to that question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chirk. I'm probably going there tomorrow. I was going to go to Berska because I've only been a couple of times. Well, sorry, I've only been once this year at Berska, which was formerly my favourite boot sale, and it's back on the big field, which I've always done well when it's been on at that location. But I'm in love with Chirk so much. It's
you did enjoy that.
Yeah, you do like that one, didn't you?
Oh man, it's good.
John said he might have a new character, the Gimp. Can't wait to see that one, John. Tam saying no. Oh dear, it's funny. Evening, Rich. How you doing? Bit dodgy that, John. Bring out the Gimp. Yeah. Does anybody know what that film was? What that quote is from? What film that quote's from? Bring out the Gimp.
Can I do the theme song at the start of it? Ha!
If you know.
Ha! Do 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 do. That's what it starts off as.
I'll
just
agree with that.
Pulp Fiction.
Star Wars.
Pulp Fiction, that's it. I was thinking Reservoir Dogs then for some strange reason.
Yeah,
Pulp Fiction. Bring out the Gimp. Bruce Willis, isn't it? When he's down in the getting beaten up.
It's good old Bruce.
Yeah, good old Bruce. Poor old Bruce, actually. I was watching a film of him the other day, and like he's obviously given up acting, hasn't he now? Because of what's he got? Is it Alzheimer's or something like that?
Alzheimer's, yeah.
Such a shame. Got to go get some last minute eggs, as we wasn't planning on staying in this smog, and all the eggs are at ours. Oh wow, yes, you're at families in London, aren't you? So. For all those that don't know me, I don't share sales on my Instagram or YouTube, but there's notable slowdown on everything. For the best quality or rarest items, people are getting picky. Yeah. Hi, Ali. How you doing? You guys are brilliant. Learn so much. What time do you aim to get back to get to a car boot? For my alarm is set for 5 tomorrow.
Ooh.
I was up at 5 this morning. Tomorrow I'll be up at 4 because
Hi,
I keep
Paula.
getting checked too early.
Yeah, I think we'll be setting. I think we'll be setting alarms at 5 and leaving about 5:30.
Where are you going tomorrow, James?
To the Magical Stadium, the Bolton Wanderers.
The Wanderers.
I just think it's going to be good weather. It's hard standing. It's the closest to me. It's just, plus hopefully I'll find the brick that smashed the front of my car and I can get the other side done. So it's matching. So
talking about things smashing the front of your car, blooming, I was, obviously I've got a dent in the front of my car where a fox ran out in front of me late one night. I was driving back from dropping my son off this morning and a bloody bird bounced off the front of the car, but it was all right.
That's nice.
Flew off. But yeah, just decided to have a little bump.
Get a free lift.
Yeah. Waking up with none. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like you left them all at home.
I am going to boot sale on Monday though as well, Dave. So my plan is really sell, get as much money as possible. Just it's all stuff that I've
to buy at the next one.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm also obviously going to do a lap as well. So hopefully I'll pick up a couple of bits as well whilst I'm there as well. So yeah, so Carolyn's coming with me and Holly's coming with me. So that's why we're kind of done Easter early. So we're kind of going there as a family tomorrow.
Yeah, that's nice that you've done that as well.
Yeah, I just think I'm really kind of starting to see the other side of reselling and my life kind of changing, which is that I kind of the business isn't just my business. I want it to become my family's business to a degree, and I want us all to kind of like benefit from it. And even if it's small things like Carolyn, like now will go, oh, what clothes have you picked up and do you want me to put a wash on for you? Like that makes a massive impact on my jobs because she's like, oh no, I'll put them in the wash for you and I'll hang them for you. So like I just know little things like that are just all making my life easy. But then all that money, obviously, it's for us. It's for us to get, as I said, the camper van, for us to keep the roof over our head.
Should we start a book now on how quickly they get bored and end up waiting for you in the car? It's gonna happen.
Holly won't.
Holly will probably be asleep.
Holly won't, Dave. Holly, you've seen me. She goes charity shopping all day. She buzzes, and she'll probably want to do a couple of laps herself. Probably she'll probably be right on what we're picking up.
Like
Give her a budget.
I will do. I'm going to give the girls 20 quid and see if they can get something to flip and see if they can. And I'll sell it. And I'll sell it on eBay for them and see if they can make a better profit.
Have a little competition.
Yeah. Be embarrassing if they do bad,
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Ford tomorrow, so I might make sure the GoPro's charged up today because I haven't done a. I can't tell the last time I've done car boot video ages ago. So
ages ago.
Get up and have a little mooch, have a little look, see what old Tat Amanda's selling.
Toys.
Can't part her down. Toys. She's saying she bought another toy bundle today. She gets some good bundles in a local charity shop as well. So I must have missed those. I haven't been out today. So
I did really well the other week when I got all them Transformers and that. And
you done really well then.
I sold the dinosaur inside there today for 23 quid, just for a dinosaur toy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ali's saying Dave Chirk is one of her and Richard Payne's regular car boots too. Was there last weekend.
All right, I missed you. If you don't be afraid to say hello if you spot me. I like chatting to people.
Yeah, we know Dave's really famous, but you can talk to him.
I wouldn't say famous.
Well, you know, infamous.
Infamous.
Yeah, infamous.
I smell quite badly. Is that the same?
Got a boot sale in Tesco's car park tomorrow. It's the first one I've heard of, and it's just round the corner. That's all right, Gary. You've got enough stuff. You need to crack on with the stuff you got. You got a house full. James, is that a Belgium shirt? One of your latest pickups? What's the comps on it?
So it's not. It is not a latest pickup, and it is a Belgium shirt. But if you watch this, if you watch Saturday Night Live from the beginning, I wore this particular shirt the first time we went on live with Nick Hills. Interesting fact about that: I was 8 pints deep when I did that live. So if you want to watch it, watch me have after 8 pints. It's a very good.
I didn't even know you was bladdered, did I? I didn't have a clue.
I was absolutely long gone. I literally have no idea.
He said, "Oh, I was worried about going on." He said, I just had so much to drink. I didn't even notice because he's as mad. He was as mad as he normally is. So I didn't really notice any difference, 8 pints or not, which was funny.
As 8 pints well deep in a hot day in summer, watching the Euros or whatever it was. And I was very merry.
I've got a question for Santa. Have you ever got involved with flipping things from like Walmart? Because I follow a lot of content creators from the States, particularly where Amazon's concerned, and apparently Walmart is the place. And is it Target, the other one?
Target's big
for flips.
Yeah, never done any flipping like that. I think I've heard people call it retail arbitrage.
Yeah.
But certainly Target is a store when they decide to, first they'll discount something to 50%, then it'll be 60%, and sometimes you go in there and it's 90% off. So
wow,
they're quality items. Some stores have a different, way of getting rid of things. They don't want to pay someone to take them away, so you can really get good deals. There's plenty of YouTubers out there that go into Walmart. You guys don't have Walmart in
here? No, we haven't got
it. One of our major supermarkets is owned by Walmart, but it's not the same thing. It's more for grocery.
They don't have decent stuff like you do out there.
Yeah, Walmart has taken over so much of retail in the States. They put a lot of mom and pop shops out of business, but I've seen some people that go in there and you can use their app, the store's app, and something will be listed in the store. The price says one thing, but you can look on the app and it's actually quite a bit lower.
Wow,
so it's kind of wild.
That's
cool.
That kind of road trip. One of the creators I follow is Arizi Resells. He's
phenomenal. He is phenomenal.
He'll do a couple 100 miles a day going from Walmart to Walmart or Target to Target, so on and so forth, in different states, different areas and whatnot, and different counties, and be picking up 30, 40, 50 of a single item and just send them all on a pallet to Amazon, and does extremely well out of it, extremely well. So stuff like that, it's like the stuff of dreams, because he's just obviously collecting it all to one location and then shipping it all en masse to Amazon, forgetting all about it until he gets the check off them.
Cool. Can someone explain to Project Games sell-through rate, what it means?
Do you want to go for that one, Dave?
Sell-through rate. Yeah, basically, it's how often an item sells on eBay. So if you're checking comps on eBay for obviously the value of an item, what you can also ascertain is how often it's selling. So a sell-through rate would be how often an item is selling, as well as how much it's selling for.
And a good way to look at that is look at how many listings of that type of item is on eBay to how many are sold as well, because certain brands, there might be phenomenal numbers, but you might also have a lot of competition. An example of that may be something like Ralph Lauren. There is an incredible amount of Ralph Lauren on eBay, but their sell-through rate, as much as it's incredibly high, it's nowhere near as good as the amount of sellers. So it's very important when buying certain higher brands, you try and get something that's kind of got like a big logo or a pattern. Otherwise, you might be sat with it for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of weighing it up as well. But yeah, this is why sometimes when you see an item and it might have sold for £600 once, if when you go and check, when you go and have a look at the amount of listings on there and you find out there's like 500 and you're 1 in 500 of selling it.
Yeah.
Sometimes them items where you're like, oh, it's worth this, that, and the other. It might have sold that one time, but that one buyer's probably long gone and sailed. So you might have to sell it for a lot less. So, you know, don't always like just see the top price, try and work out the average price, you know. And when you've got items as well, a really good way to kind of use that if you're an eBay business is to use the research tool. And then on there, that'll Terapeak allow you to look over the last 12 months worth of listings as well.
Yeah, because that's free on eBay now, isn't it, Terapeak?
Yeah, as long as you're a business seller, you get it for free, on a business account. I don't know about anything else. I've always had access since I've been a business seller. Yeah. And it's a really good tool, and it helps me determine what price I need to be selling an item. And sometimes, for instance, like I've been today, I sold some I listed some Umbro shorts, and the sell rate was like £15 on average. But I looked at last year's summer price and noticed it was a lot higher. So seasonal items, if you're just about to come into season, aim a little bit higher and you'll probably get it. Where if it was the end of season, that's why a lot of them have been selling for £15 over December, January, February. But actually last year, they're a little bit higher over the summer. So
and you can look further back with Terapeak, can't you? And if you look on eBay, because you can go further back with it.
Yeah, I just got 12 months. I don't know how far back you can go, but I've got 12 months, which is plenty enough because it gives you a whole year.
Close to 6.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Amanda, Organizer Reseller. She's at 200 subscribers.
Congratulations.
Well done. There you go.
Next stop, 1,000.
Next stop, 1 million.
Yeah.
Talking of followers, subscribers, let's go and have a look and see how our mate's doing. See if he's 19.5k he's on.
And he was at 8,000 when he come on here a few weeks ago. Well,
just saying,
5 or 6 weeks ago. Just saying.
I was chatting to Pete today. Yeah, I was chatting to him today on Instagram because I talked to him maybe a good twice a week or something like that, just about. Obviously, he's a clothing master, so I'm doing clothes just because I think it's a good business. No, I just really want to talk to Pete on a regular. But yeah, no, I messaged him about a couple of things, and one thing I picked up today was I picked up a top that said Polo, and it had the pony on it, and I said, "Oh, is this Ralph Lauren?" And he said, "No, it's not Ralph Lauren." He said, "If it'd have RL." He said, "What it is he said there's an American company." And they use the same labels and the same everything. He said, you'll still get money for it. So it's still good money. He said, but they actually aren't Ralph Lauren. And if you look, the actual pony was the reverse way round. Very subtle.
Oh, really?
But yeah. So I was chatting to him about it, and he said, you'll still get your money. I paid £1 for it. And he was like, you'll still make good money on it. He said it's an American company, but they do the labels and they do pretty much everything exactly the same. Because they're trying to capitalize on that market, really.
Well, they're trying to copy it, but not copy it.
Yeah. Because it's enough difference, like the horses the other way around, and they've not got Ralph Lauren. But yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, so and it's not worth anything. Those ones aren't worth anything.
I paid £1. It's going to be worth 15 quid for me. So
it's still worth picking up.
Yeah, because it's good quality. Yeah, because they're using the same fabrics and it's good stitching. So Ralph Lauren is obviously really good quality t-shirts and good cottons. So this particular brand is obviously still making good profit because they're making the items to a high standard. It's not Ralph Lauren polo, it's just polo.
Yeah. 100. So Be Lucky Car Boot Hunt channel is 150 subs, sort of 1,000. So go and check him out, guys.
Not brilliant.
Go and check him out. Yeah, no, it's good to find out about things like that, isn't it? Because like you would think it would be part of Ralph Lauren, like looking at it, like you did, like I did when I've seen it in the shops, you know. But it's something I want. I've got to be honest. It's something I want to get more into now. The clothes. Now I've seen you doing it all right, and I've seen Pete is smashing it and just making like untold money off of it.
Phenomenal.
Well, I spoke to you, didn't I? I've watched a few of Pete's videos, but I haven't watched them all. So I'm going to go back and I am going to binge watch them all, just to learn brands, because like it's the only, you know, I mean, going out, I don't want to go out and pick up stuff that's no good. So I will watch, go through and watch all these videos. Definitely.
Pete's like a bit like George Ross as well. If you want to learn, their content is worth watching 3, 4, 5 times over. Especially like George's videos. When I first started, I watched George Ross's videos. Like I watched them all the way through. I remember doing this when I was doing my office job. I watched them all the way through up to date. And then I did boot sale season for 6, 7 months, and then I rewatched them, and then I completely saw it differently. Because as your knowledge grows and as you understand things, it's things like the terminologies, it's understanding why he's picked it up. But it's impossible for your brain to digest that much information at once anyway. Because they normally say if you're learning something per day, you normally take on anywhere between 2 to 5% of that information. So it's, you know, and I think that's why sometimes if you've ever watched big series, like I watched The Office US, I really like it in the background. I think it's funny. The amount of times I'll rewatch it and I'm on like my 7th time round and I'll be like, oh, I didn't notice that first time round. That's really funny. Because there's just, you'll always miss out on things.
Yeah, Tam's 35 from 100. So if anyone's not subscribed to Tam and Bell, go and check them out.
Brilliant.
Live stream Q&A when they're at 500. It's got to be worth it for that. It's got to be worth Tam and Bell being on a live stream, because I have asked them to come on here and they you know, they're sort of building it up.
Richard, the question's already been dropped. They did a video most recently saying, what questions would you like to know? And I was the 3rd comment on there. I fired on there. I was like, we need you on here. They've already said once they're done the live, they'll be coming on, so don't you worry.
They wanted that's selfish, isn't it? Wanting to do your own live before coming on here. That's outrageous. It's so selfish.
We'll let them off just this once.
We'll let you off this once.
I'm looking forward to it. I bet it's going to be brilliant. The chemistry between them is amazing.
Oh, it is. It is
not that type of live.
Amazing.
It's not that type of live, Dave. So don't.
Virtual.
Yes. Keeping it PC. Keeping it PC. If you need any help with clothing, Mitch, just message me. I'll teach you the way. Nice. The more help I can get, the better. Something different to Rohan though, because I've already got someone teaching me about Rohan, so I don't need a Rohan teacher. Dave's teaching me about Rohan with the top that he bought today. So
I can just about spell it.
But yeah, so hang on. What's Sean saying? The secret of all selling is sourcing. If you can buy well and regularly, then selling part is easy.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, gentlemen, I'm going to have to duck out. I can feel my bed calling.
No worries, mate. Have a good we'll be ending in 5
minutes anyway. Because to tell you something very, very humorous, though, so you can have a good chuckle while she's sleeping tonight. After this show, because my wife got back late because she took Holly swimming, I haven't loaded the car yet. I still got to load the car with all the stuff.
No.
Something to look forward to, mate.
Hey, so hey.
Just wake Holly up. Get her to hell.
Every class. Oh, she's already awake. I can hear her talking to Carolyn, so that's going to be funny tomorrow.
Oh, Jilly.
All right, gentlemen. Successful hunting tomorrow.
And you, yeah. Have a good boot sale.
I'll update on my Instagram. My millions of pounds I make.
Good luck. All the best, guys. See you later.
Cheers.
Take it easy, mate.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
Before you go, Dave, don't forget your passport for Wales. Okay.
I've got it here, mate. I've got it here.
Lad.
I was going to show you this actually. This is bad. This is really bad. Hang on, let me cover up some details.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, look at that!
That's nice.
That's
nice.
What is that all about?
Is that a proper soul patch?
This is some turf going on there.
That is beautiful.
Looks like a back tire on a Kawasaki.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Right, good night, boys. See you soon.
Thank you, mate. See you later.
Good night.
Oh dear. God, that's nice. Don't you always find though your passport photos just come out horrible? It doesn't matter who you are; they always come out horrible.
100%.
I've got to renew mine. I haven't even got a passport. Mine ended in 2021.
Wow.
So I can't go anywhere anyway at the minute.
So how are you going to get up here then?
Well, I'll have to. I can get a fake one. I just got to get to Legoland. They give out like driving licenses there, so I might be able to get a passport to come up to you.
Oh, you'll be fine, mate.
I'll be all right.
Just say just go hey up, and they won't know any different.
Yeah, say Orvis. Where did it sell Orvis?
Say I've come here. I've come here to make some money. I've come to pits, and you'll be fine, mate.
Sean saying, I always wondered what happened to Jimmy Somerville. Now I know, Dave.
Oh, it's it. I don't have dyslexia. That's all I'm saying.
Look like a serial killer on my passport, Jilly. I'm sure you don't.
Nah, the thing is that it's one of those where you've got to have a straight face and got to be.
Santa, you don't need to have a passport, do you?
Nope. You go
where you like, when you like. Just get the old reindeer out, and you're there.
The thing is world known royalty. Basically, every single country appreciates him being there. So
the Queen doesn't carry money. Santa doesn't carry a passport. Doesn't need one.
But he carries presents.
He does carry presents. And he carries the magic of Christmas to all the boys and girls.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll see Santa on the channel again this Christmas coming up. We're looking forward to another visit from Santa.
I'm looking forward.
Kids loved it last time. Oh, what's Max saying? It's crashed now, and I'm solo. What's crashed? And it's back.
No idea.
I haven't got a clue what Max is bowling about the streets of London at the minute in the dark.
Literally no idea what Max is up to, but all that matters is he's safe and he's sound. As long as he's typing, we know he's okay.
Exactly. Yeah, just keep typing. We know you're safe.
Well, we've got 3 minutes to wrap things up. But just to kind of run over what's happening this week. So how's your week looking, Richard? What are your plans regarding YouTube and this week?
Oh, we've got little Miss Q just popped in. We're finishing soon, Miss Q, but good to see you. What's my plans with? Well,
this week, yeah. So what's YouTube looking like this week for you? Any videos to look forward to?
I might have a video. I'm also quite a few people have messaged me as well and put comments on the June Whitfield video, and they want me to do more. So there might be something in the pipeline with that. I'm hoping maybe to get the GoPro out tomorrow. When I go to the car boot, so there'll be that. So yeah, I'm going to try and get some content out, definitely. We'll just have to see how it goes. What about yourself?
So
Instagram.
So it's all on Instagram for me at the moment. I'm not going to be coming on YouTube for a good couple of months, just whilst I'm building up the business and when I've free up some free time, then I'll come back on YouTube. But I'll obviously do a little bit of filming tomorrow whilst we're at the boot sale, and obviously that'll be quite nice. I'll film that because it saves all the videos you do on Instagram. Even though it deletes it for you guys, I've got access to it. So for me, I think it's going to be a really nice family moment doing our first proper family boot sale. So that'd be nice to have.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And then Monday, I'm going to go to a boot sale on my own. And then Tuesday's back. The schools, everyone returns. Yes, all the kids are back in school.
What, next week?
Well, yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, they've got another week down here.
It's different up north.
Yeah, up north.
But the benefit I've got is that then it's mine and Holly's day. So so what that means is the roads will be quieter, and I'll be doing my videos, so it'll be good.
Tam's saying James won't be on YouTube until we get close to him.
Yeah, when Tom and Bella are on about 6:50, I will be back, and my plan is I'm gonna then be videoing my charity shop pickups. So what you see on Instagram, it's going to be a bit more of inside the stores. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it, really, to be fair, because I've only really got until September with Holly, and then she's going to be in school.
Yeah.
So realistically, that's why I've really not wanted to do YouTube, because all them moments I've wanted to kind of hold on to, because once she's in school, I'm never going to have them days again, and I just really enjoy and treasure it being a dad. So I've kind of been a bit selfish and not really wanted to put it on YouTube. So I put it on Instagram and it's in snippets, but it's been awesome, and I love Instagram because it's kind of it's a bit more personal as well, and the people that follow me can kind of see a bit more about my life. And I don't know, I feel like YouTube's so open platform that sometimes you can get some divvies on there. And the thing is with Instagram is people normally are bought into you if they're following you. So it's a much more personal platform. So, of course, me and you are on Instagram, so there's plenty of divvies on Instagram as it is anyway.
Definitely.
But yeah, no. So I'm looking forward to that. So yes, I'll be doing Instagram, and then we've got a guest on next week. So who's on next week for us, Richard?
We've got Kristin, a rural squirrel, on next week.
Which
from the States. So it's going to be amazing. So yeah, I'll get all the thumbnail and that done for that. But yeah, Kristin's due on next week, so that'll be good. I'll be going and watching that now then, Miss Q, because Miss Q's just done a live with Rachel Strickland. Now they're two amazing ladies, so make sure you go over and check that out. Obviously you were here, so you wouldn't have seen it. So make sure you go and watch that video.
Definitely.
Check out the replay. 100%.
Well, I'm gonna say good night, really.
I think we're all gonna say good night.
A pack a car.
Yes. You go and pack the car. Thank you, Santa, for coming on.
Thank you so much, Santa.
Appreciate your time as always.
Thanks for having me.
Now, if you watch Santa, he'll disappear. Watch what happens.
I'm not sure if that's working today.
Look, the magic Santa dust. Oh, look at that. That's amazing, isn't it?
Good night, Santa. What
Miss Q only needs just over 50 to hit a K. So if you're not subscribed to Miss Q, go over and check her out.
And then that's it. Yeah. So Richard,
Max was just about to jump on.
I look forward to your videos.
Thank you very much, sir. I look forward to your stories.
Thank you. It's been good, mate. I've enjoyed this evening. Thank you very much to Santa. To Dave ABL Resells for popping in. Thank you very much, each and every one of you. And we clocked who was in early, by the way. You lot deserve that little special thank you. So thank you very much. There was two channels up, the 2 lives, and we know who was here first, and we appreciate that. Yeah, and we appreciate everyone anyway. It was great having you all in. The chat's been great. The guests have been fabulous. I just want to say thank you to you all. Tam and Video are dropping a video. Tam and Bell are dropping a video tonight, I think at 9:45. So go and check that out. Just and the rest private chat there, and in the comment. You look in the comment in the private chat section. Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. I think we'll do that. All right. So okay then, guys. Thank you very much. I'm going to end it tonight as we started it. So we'll let the music play us out. It's goodbye for us. See you later, guys. Take it easy. See you later. Have a cracking day tomorrow. See you later.